in Western education, we weren't taught about karma. Karma is something that is more in the Eastern educational system. But you know what? When the penny dropped for me, it was profound. I believe that in the future, when AI fully kicks in and automation does start happening and people are looking for different kinds of work and different kinds of things to do, that innovation and creativity is going to become the number one job in the world. Hi all, this will probably be the last video for the year, and I just wanted to dive into some thought-provoking stuff which enables me to do a lot of things in the innovation creative space. And I believe that in the future, when AI fully kicks in and automation does start happening and people are looking for different kinds of work and different kinds of things to do, that innovation and creativity is going to become the number one job in the world, if you want to call it a job as such. And I'm really excited about that because I feel that a lot of the stuff that we were taught at school was just rote. It was not giving us the kind of information that is required in order for us to fast track our lives in a more positive direction. I'll give you an example. So things like chakra systems and frequencies and energies and how the biology of the human being works and quantum physics was never in my realm of schooling. In fact, when it was first explained to me, I thought, what? Really? So that's why when one hits the wall properly and you're in a very dark space, you will look at anything and everything. And so the wish for others going forwards is that if you're looking for a transformative journey, try not to get too close to the edge where things are really not working for you. I mean, I say that, but it seems like a lot of people that do come to me are at the edge and have nothing else to lose. But I really wish for the majority of others out there that they don't have to go through those kinds of hardships in order to shift change. So that's really what my new material, my books are all about. It's all about shifting change in a more positive direction to lead a more positive life. And so we delve into a lot of different things. I'll give you another example. So in Western education, we weren't taught about karma. Karma is something that is more in the Eastern educational system. But you know what? When the penny dropped for me, it was profound because I kept hearing this thing of there is no time. And I thought, well, okay, that doesn't make sense. We grew up with diaries and having to be at meetings and everything's very linear. And then when I really need to ask the right questions, and well, should I say, when I asked the questions that seemed to give me the right answers, it was all about multi-dimensional thinking. Now, I don't want to go into a whole lengthy rabbit hole here, but when you step off this planet, there is no day and night. There is only basically daytime if the sun is shining all the time, if you're away from the planet, right? So there's effectively no time. You'd lose track of time. So that's a physical way of looking at it. Another physical way of looking at it is if Australia, so it depends on which time zone you're in, but if Australia has a new year and it's 12 o'clock there, it's not 12 o'clock everywhere else in the world, right? Therefore, it's a bit of a mind bender, but time doesn't exist because time, technically speaking, in a linear thinking, should be the same everywhere if it's 12 o'clock in one place, right? But it's not. So therefore, time does not exist. It's a man-made construct. And why I'm saying that is because when I heard about this karma thing, it never made sense to me. And then I did the advanced practitioner training for Ho'oponopono, which is Dr. Hugh Len's work, which is incredibly powerful. And why I love it is because it's also so simple. When you understand the fundamentals that are underlying principles, there, where he works with people in psychiatric wards, which again is all recorded information, he goes into the realm of no time. And so basically when he does the forgiveness decree with an individual, says, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and he doesn't have that person in his presence, it's more of a frequency thing. It's more of an output into the realm outside of where he is. Again, no time, no space, right? Location, no location. That, again, is profound. So karma, if you do something bad right now, right, how is it that you could suddenly delete this thing in a later time and then it no longer exists? That's quite profound. I had to really bend my brain a little bit on that one. And then when the penny dropped of there is no time, it's man-made construct, I realized every single thing that has happened in the past and could potentially be coming is right now. Because the data set of all of that stuff is only right now. It can't exist anywhere else. There is no time. So when you realize that, and it just kind of, the penny drops, you suddenly realize that means that in every single second where the universe is breaking down and building up 14.5 trillion times in a second, it's 14.5 trillion potentials of no time, which means I can manifest anything right now if I remove the blockers. The things that block us, and I realize this in the innovation space, are fear, panic, anxiety, stress, all the things that a lot of us are experiencing now in the world because of events happening around us, are the things that block us from manifesting something more positive, or should I rather say, slow it down. So if you wanted to speed things up and have a much more positive life and have miracles happening all around you, then the concept of no time and then shifting your brain into a mode of not having the blockers of doubt, fear, anxiety, stress, all the negative things, and you're able to focus on solutions, positive things, you're now in the creative zone. You're now in the innovative zone. You're now in the zone where you can create pretty much anything in this world very quickly. It is profound, it is powerful, and this is the reason why I created the Universal Principles, the 30 Universal Principles book, which has just come out. And I'm really excited about it. It's also the reason why I have the journal, which is 1 shift per day, 365 shifts in a year, and each one is incrementally positive towards a goal. Again, very powerful. So excited to go into the new year 2026, but I think what we really need to start doing more of is thinking differently, pushing the needle in a different direction, and stop subscribing to the negative things that are happening around you and becoming part of that narrative. That pulls you back. It can be 5%, it can be 2% within your day, but that 2 and 5 can actually pull everything in terms of positive manifestation back to a point that slows your life down to a point where it can create more frustration, things that you don't want. So that's my last message for the year. I'm hoping everybody takes a bit of time out. I'm taking some time out, even though it's incremental chunks, because I'm still consulting in the corporate space all the way through, but I'm taking time to spend time with the family and actually just recalibrate as we go along. Because effectively we should be doing this sustainably right all the way through the year, not be worn out at the end of the year. But so much has happened this year. It's been at a high pace. In fact, I think the highest pace I've ever seen so far. So we really need to be ready for 2026. Look for different things, different modalities, things that can pull you out of the same old patterns, because those patterns, if they're not working, are working against you and not actually helping you. So here's to positive 2026, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thanks again for all the feedback and comments. Have a great one.